5 shocking moments of the Harry and Meghan series. With so much build-up and anticipation, is it worth watching the Harry and Meghan show? Does it cater to viewers' curiosity? Is it worth the hype? Well, the long-awaited first episode of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's 6-part Netflix documentary is finally here. And it's exactly what we were hoping for. It's an emotional roller coaster with shocking revelations and sweet moments between the married couple.
Our story from people who I don't know. Doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
Let's dive in to discover the 5 shocking moments of the Harry and Meghan series. But before that, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. The first 3 episodes of the limited documentary series Harry and Meghan are now available on Netflix and have been met with great appreciation. The production tries to tell the story of the Dukes of Sussex through the stories of its main characters and those close to them. The episodes reveal how bad the UK's tabloid newspapers are. It even warns viewers that members of the royal family refuse to comment on the content. Some people thought the documentary would be a headbutt on the royal family, but instead, it gives viewers a more personal look at how Harry and Markle have handled their relationship. We learned new, private aspects of their great love story. Think soft focus lenses, Nina Simone playing in the background, tons of private photos and videos, and even a chat between Meghan and a buddy as she was getting engaged.
Prince William or Prince Harry? I don't know. Harry. Harry? Sure.
What year was that?
Netflix has promoted Harry and Meghan in a unique and in-depth documentary series. As soon as they stopped being royal in March 2020, they started making video diaries. What's incredible is that the film includes more than 15 hours of personal records recorded by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. This is their truth, as told by the experts at Netflix. It's a well-made story about a couple who fell in love and had to give up everything when they ran into systems, rules, and racism. The first volume also goes into detail about media harassment. Harry considers it his job to uncover this exploitation and bribes. The shows show people that structural racism is a big problem in Britain, especially regarding the royal family and the media.
Unfortunately, in us standing for something, they are destroying us.
Here, we pick up 5 of the most memorable scenes from the episodes and bring them back to you. When Harry met Meghan.
Meghan and I met in July of 2016.
Right before we'd met, we'd gotten another season of the show, Suits. And then I was single for a couple months. So I was like, this is it. We're going to travel.
I was scrolling through my feed.
That's what he saw of me.
That was the first thing. I was like, who is that?
This is ridiculous.
The first episode shows Harry and Meghan Markle in their idealized early stages of dating. Along with the story of their friends, the couple talks about how they met on Instagram in 2016 and went on dates.
There was one photo. We just wanted to capture the feeling.
They reveal photos from those dates that have never been seen before.
Exciting, which is so weird because it wasn't exciting in the way that I think people would assume that it would be.
Markle also talks about the first time she met a royal family member. She does this without making any judgments about the crown. One of those instances was when she met Queen Elizabeth II and had to bow in front of her. How can you explain that you bow to your grandmother, particularly to an American? That's weird, Harry says, as the couple faces her for the first time in front of the monarch.
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother? And that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
Diana's legacy. The Duke gets excited about his wife in the documentary, calling her caring and sympathetic, and comparing her to his late mother for how she handles criticism. No wonder Diana Spencer, Harry's mother, is an unavoidable figure in this series. Her son recalls the Princess of Wales's exposure to the media. My mother was bullied throughout her life with my father, but after they broke up, the bullying got worse, he says in the documentary. He continues, I didn't want history to repeat itself.
My mum was harassed throughout her life with my dad, but after they separated, the harassment went to new levels.
Life became very difficult then for me.
Harry also says he wants to keep Diana's legacy alive and grow the charity work he's already been doing. He adds, "I wanted to carry the torch for her, keep her legacy alive, and try to make her proud." Meghan's mother, "I'm ready to make my voice heard." Daria Ragland, Meghan Markle's mother, is one of the documentary's guests. She describes how the media came to her house looking for material from Meghan's upbringing and the area where she grew up in her story.
That was our driveway. Because I remember I would take like a little wagon and come down the drive and then be able to come back up the other side.
She explained that they were shooting pictures of different portions of a slum and stated that I lived there and that Meghan came from there. Daria and Meghan also talk about how racism affected them. Daria says that because Meghan has light skin, she never had a good talk with her about race. Ragland remembered the warning she gave her daughter when she started getting bad press, especially because she was of mixed race. "I told her, and I remember it very clearly, that this is a race issue. You may not want to hear it, but this is what's going to happen."
And I said to her, I remember this very clearly, that this is about race.
Racism. In the second episode, Markle's race is a big part of the story because of how the tabloids treat her. The Duchess says she had never felt like a black woman in the US. She explained that it's a very different thing to be a minority when you've never been treated as one. "People know my race because it's important in the United Kingdom." In an interview with the New York Times, the director said that Garbus also wanted to include historians in Harry and Meghan to discuss the history of British colonialism and race and its relationship with the monarchy. Criticism of the British press. One thing that makes Harry and Meghan different from the interview the couple did with Oprah Winfrey in 2021 is that the press, not royalty, is seen as the primary source of harassment and racism here.
Naively, I didn't know what I was walking into. But in October of 2016, when suddenly everything changed.
Where someone like Meghan is very much a deviation.
She has lured Harry away
Duchess
from
of
us.
Sussex.
Meghan seems to be a version of the Antichrist.
Most of my memories are of being surrounded by paparazzi, Harry says, adding a lesson he learned at a very young age. Within the system, the advice is always don't react, don't feed them. Final thoughts. Harry and Meghan Volume 1 has some exciting parts, and most of the time it felt like the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey, but with a little more detail. This has led some to question why the Duke and Duchess of Sussex chose to tell the same story in different ways. The British newspaper The Guardian wrote, "It's the same story we've always known, narrated the way we'd expect to hear it from the people who tell it." We get an appetizer here, with Harry and Meghan Volume 2. After all, maybe the main course plus dessert. Not all of the royal tea has been spilled yet. Let's keep our fingers crossed. The next 3 episodes of the series will air on December the 15th. There's still more to spice up your day. What is clear is that Harry and Meghan will be involved in the publication of Prince Harry's autobiography. Spare is the book's name that will come out on January the 10th next year. After the show and Harry's book, Spare, everyone will know the truth about the couple. Will that be sufficient for them? Only time can tell that for sure. That concludes this video, fellas. Did you enjoy watching it? Please subscribe to our channel to watch more unique and inspiring videos. Thanks for tuning in.